Hmm. Hello. Hello, hello, Lindsay. How are you, love? Sorry, I'm trying to fix the stand. It is definitely new. I'm doing pretty good. Hanging in there for sure. Wishing the grandson would slow down just a little bit. But sorry, I thought I had it and then it moved. So how is life going in general, love? It seems like it's been forever since I've seen you, and it really hasn't been. No, it's still angled weird. Try that. All right. So, if you guys want to read, it is first name and what kind of read. No legal, no health. And let's see, pregnancy is yes, no, with pendulum only. And 18 or up, please. Unless you are one of my ones that I know and have read in the past. Hello, Julia, honey, how are you today? We might just have a whole little family reunion here, guys. Feel free to tap the screen, share the live. I do random scrolls. Also do, if I'm drawn directly to you. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm good. Just been an interesting kind of day. And let's see, what else oh yes, you can find Etsy on my bio. If you want a guaranteed read, it's $5. Other than that, well, I'm not getting any comments besides Julie's at the moment, so. Guys, I think I forgot something else. Oh yeah, Sugar's supposed to come over, and Mary, and I don't know who else may all join in. I know I have to. There's Miss Lindsay, yes. And oh, I am trying. I'm supposed to send invites, guys, and I can't find my peeps. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. And it's like you guys are the only comments I'm getting. So if there's anybody else that's commenting, let me know because I ain't seen it. Yes. And the more likes that I get, the more people can see it. Hello, Nikki. What's your pronoun? Oh, and mods, in case you haven't been on in a minute, what I did is if you decide only to mute someone, that mutes them for my entire live. So I just kind of did that because there's been so many trolls lately. So thank you, Nikki Love. I was just trying to give Okay, Miss Julia, I know you said general, so we'll go with you. And then I see Nikki. There's Sugar. Hi, love. I was trying to find you to send you an invite, but I couldn't find it. So we're going to do Julie, Bertha Jen, and then we're going to do Nikki, and she hasn't told me. So Nikki, you're next. It's okay. Miss Julia. It's like I think we're going to have a mini little family reunion here tonight. Oh, and Miss Vale. The other night I did it. I don't think I've ever done them on live for you guys before. She didn't even know I did them. But past life reads, it's like one of my favorites. I just never had done them before. And then I found a deck to go with it that made it easier. And my mods, how many of you do I have on Instagram? Because, this little boy, there's Val, is just, hello, growing up too fast. Your little grandson, he's not, yeah, I guess he's still my little boy. All right, Miss Julia, I was looking for cards. And guys, literally, no joke, I ordered 16 decks. I got 3 of them in so far. Hi, Shelly. Hey, Chels, how are you? Yep, I think we're working on a family reunion. It seems like it's been forever since we've all been on at the same time. Everything I'm trying with that sign bell is not working. I'm going to have to just... I'm definitely going to have to... I'm going to ask my son if he can put a piece of painter's tape down so I can get a straight line, and then I'm just going to stencil it backwards. Everything else isn't working. All right, Miss Julie. Okay, so 7. All right. I'm kind of reluctant, and I think you are too, kind of, is the feeling I'm getting for you. Like you're giving somebody a second chance to come back into your lives, and you're like, God, I hope they change. It's like that feeling I'm getting. Also, you're attracting new love, and there's something that you've started and you haven't finished. And it could be because you got under the weather and stuff, but there's definitely something. And with the completion of that, it's like a whole new beginning with you, for you as you move forward. And then a new cycle is coming in, literally back to back. New beginning, new cycle. So in my opinion, I'm seeing lots of good coming your way. It's just getting past, the hurdle of not being well, and with this person that you may be given a second chance with, I'm just feeling that you should maybe try to stay a little cautious at first until you are sure you want them in your life. Oh, you start taking care of the elderly lady. Oh. Guys, I forget I had a mouse. Now, Chelsea, are you feeling better? Oh, second chances of Brian. Okay. So... But... Yes, but still, you know what? Mine may not go away. They're telling me it may not. Because every time I cough, it gets worse. And then the doctors are just blown away at me. They don't understand, you know. My lungs are healing themselves, and I do hope that helped, Miss Julie. They're healing themselves, and like I seen the lung specialist yesterday, and he was just floored because he put up my CT of my lungs, and then I'm like, okay, that's all fine and dandy. I said, but can you hold that right there and bring up one of my old ones? Because he was telling me about this scar tissue and how it's never going to go away. You're welcome, love. I'm like, okay, I'll buy this. And I'll bring up my old one. Like, he brought up the old one, and he had to go sit down because he didn't understand how all the scar tissue from my past has pretty much disappeared. All right, guys. And then Miss Nikki, what kind of love? Hi, love. I've been trying to get a hold of you. How are you feeling? Miss Mandy. Going pretty good, going pretty good. Yes, ma'am, you can absolutely do love. Chelsea, I sent you some, some videos. Little man has taken his first steps a little while ago, and now he's walking by holding a finger. It won't be long. After Nikki's read, I will just have you guys go ahead and put your name in, and then what kind of read you would like. Yeah, I sent you a couple, and I accidentally, when I sent them to Val, I accidentally sent her like a 2-second one that I wasn't trying to, but apparently she was supposed to see it. Yes, isn't it nice? It's a little family reunion. I just haven't seen Miss Mary yet. Has she come in? Have you been single for a minute? All right, Julie. I'm kind of like, I'm trying to pull on energy, and it's either you've been single for a minute, or in a relation. Yes, okay. Or you're in a relationship that is just dead. Okay, let's see what we got. Are you starting to talk to somebody, like somebody sparked an interest and you guys are like flirty? You did, but it didn't go anywhere. Okay, makes sense. It's like you thought maybe there could be that connection there. I have a feeling that he's going to come back into your life. It's more like he just wasn't ready. Oh yes, I'm supposed to say they. I keep being corrected by children. I'm definitely getting that there was a deeper attraction than what was being let known. um, you've been like manifesting and wanting and ready and hoping, and it is coming in. It just may take a little while. That's how you felt? Yeah, I do. I do foresee him coming back to you. The attraction here was so intense. And I just think he wasn't quite there yet. But you'll know the time, when it's right. But don't wait for him by any means. Go have fun, enjoy. And I'm sensing, and the guys are also telling me that you're for sure a little overwhelmed. It's lovely, but they're like, nope, she's not only with a personal matter that you've been trying to deal with on and off for a minute, but with, it's like work, but a lack of work, but work, if that makes any sense at all to you. And it is a very overwhelming, some anxiety issues. So definitely just, yes, that would be enough to keep you going in circles. But yeah, definitely take it slow, have some fun, get out of town for a few hours or a few days, really whatever you can, and just enjoy the family time. You definitely, yeah. Keep me posted. Let me know how it goes. I mean, and I see you having just a lot of fun, and it's almost like, okay, I know I really want this relationship, but I'm glad it hasn't happened just yet, because just go. Oh, honey, you're very welcome. Thank you for letting me read you. I like these candles. Maybe. All right, guys. First name, what kind of read you would like. No relationship, no health, and I gotta fix this stand. Oh, hell no, I don't have a clue who you are. Don't be trying to go live with me, no. All right, I gotta fix this because it's like way down here, and I'm like, so bear with me, guys. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, there's not a lot of people in the room. I mean, we could technically tell them what happened yesterday, Bill. I think everybody at this point needs a good laugh. Tams has no time for. This stand I got is new, so I can actually angle it down, and it is so stiff. Oh my God, I still can't believe I did it. All right. All right, let me know if you guys see anybody comment. Yes, yeah, we won't tell on you. I don't know how to pronounce her name, Val. Help. It's Anouk. So, for a love read, I'm just going to tell this little bitty story. So yesterday, I'm working on a high chair that was inherited that my grandfather made when I was young. Long story short, I'm covered in sawdust because I have to sand this thing all the way down. No big deal. Anouk. Thank you. So Grayson's home. I didn't see him the day before, and he's only home for a short period of time. And awesome. We got it right. So I'm in the house and he's hungry. I get out of the shower. I'm running around like crazy because I know he's either gonna pass out or leave and or both. So I'm talking to Trisha. I'm in and out. I throw my sports bra on. I throw my shirt, underwear, socks. And she's like, Mom, are you going here or there? I'm like, yeah, I'll go to this one. Girls, I left. And the line at Taco Bell was really busy because he loves pintos and cheese from there. Really, really busy. So I was getting ready to go in and realized I never put any pants on. Nothing. I had underwear, all underclothes on, and a shirt, and that was it. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, my poor neighbors. I had to laugh it off. So, it was bad. I'm like, Val. But, okay. Yeah, it definitely, I was like, oh God. All right, for a love read. Oh. Well, where'd they go? I moved them all, trying to make room for more of them. Oh, they're there. Got it. Yeah, problem free. I'm just glad I actually did not physically get out of the car because, like, it did not cover all of me, ladies. It did not. Okay, so are you like in a relationship that's going through a really hard time right now? Because I feel like you're running a marathon, but you're trying to stay optimist, yeah, that word, Val. Optimist, that things are going to turn around is what I'm getting. Does this sound correct? Did we lose her? Okay. Optimistic. Thank you, Val. Because it's like you have a soul connection to him. A soulmate connection is what you're feeling. And, but you're so unsure. All right, love. You're so unsure because you guys were apart and back together. Okay, so if they quit interrupting me so I could tell you, the guys are basically saying to listen to that intuition because you guys really want this to work, but have both of you changed and healed from whatever and dealt with whatever caused you guys to split to begin with. Because if not, and it's still there and undealt with, welcome back, Julie. It could lead right back down the same road, the same road, like, and then it's like it's not dealt with, so it's coming up again, type feeling. And is he on medications or getting whatever treatment he's needed to go forward? Guys are saying be very cautious of an addiction problem. Did he have something like that in the past? Oh, this is what I get for changing my cards around right before I go live, guys. Smoking, okay. I mean, yeah, that's an addiction. That's better than a lot of addictions out there anymore, as this innocent likes me today. I'm just trying to hear what they're saying. Did you feel like he, in a sense, turned his back on you at a point, and then, you know, you're like, you understood the situation, and then you felt like that you turned your back on him? I believe I described that right from what the gods are saying. The guides, not gods. So, with this deck, I'm getting very clearly to take it slow and to take that deep breath and breathe. Start over like it's a new relationship. Build that foundation. You just have a knowledge of each other already, which, but I'm getting that you can be a real spitfire. So, make sure to dial that back a little bit. You guys do have a lot of fun together. Like with any relationship, there's going to be ups and downs, and you know, it's not all glam and glitter. It doesn't matter what deck I grab for you, I'm getting soulmate. Like, so, remember, you can have more than one soulmate in your lifetime, but yeah. Slow and steady as things come up. Make sure you address them. If something comes up and it is not the proper time to address them, then make yourself a note. That way later you can reflect back on what the issue was and take it from there when it's a better time. No embarrassing each other in the in the public. I'm seeing that might have happened to you a few times in the past. So honey, I hope that helps you. Welcome back, Val. So, if you guys are wanting to read, it is first name, okay, it's Val. First name and what kind of read you would like. No legal, no health. Pregnancy is yes or no by pendulum only. And 18 years or older, unless you're one of my ones that I've read a bunch of times. Yes, be cool, Val. Nice deep breaths. Make sure you meditate. And honey, you are so very welcome. Yeah, that is a new that I had to add after recent events. Oh, Miss Ash, of course. What kind of read would you like, love? Oh, general. I see it now. So, if you guys have noticed up into the night, because Grayson like puked on my shoulder, I've been wearing darker colors because I can see comments better. And general was in the light, like the white spot. I told him about the past life reads. Let's start with this deck for you. It is so much fun. I have probably been doing those reads all my life. It was with my, it was one of my mom's favorites. Okay, so sugar, what I'm getting, is like, has your life been like, the only way they're showing me is like a wave pool. It starts off and it's going that nice slow, and then it's like whoosh, like you can't surf it like you're supposed to be able to because it's been that crazy. And they're saying it's like an emotional roller coaster. But they had to make sure they showed me waves. Well, I'm glad it's calm right now. God. I mean, knock on wood for that, it stays that way. Yeah, it's like, if they weren't letting it go, they only would let me describe it as waves. It's nap time. It's like, that's how exhausted you are. You're just so ready for bed. So you're getting, for the cards, be fair to yourself. Get out of your head. Quit being so hard on yourself. And then, of course, everything happens in time. And right now, you feel like you're stuck between two worlds. You got your work life and your home life, and it's like you can't catch up with them. It's literally like you're stuck. I'll show you this cute card. But I need to order tarot. Are you planning on taking like a trip coming up soon? It's something that you've been wanting to do and you're like, I'm just going to do it type thing. Okay, good. What the guys are like yapping at me hard is leave a little bit early. Next, okay. Leave a little bit early. Traffic is going to be stupid crazy. There's going to be like a motorcycle accident is what they're showing me. So it's going to make everything really slow. This area is known for accidents to happen. So if you can, like, they're telling me for you to get off on an exit and detour a little bit yourself before you get stuck in it all. You know what? You know the area that I'm talking. The guys that are saying you do. I just want to. And then back to the cards. It's like you're refusing yourself to just be off the hook. It's like you're holding yourself accountable so much that it's like it's worse than being stuck in your head is the feeling I'm getting. It's like giving you like anxiety migraine. And you're not doing it on purpose, but you definitely need to be more aware of it. Okay, I gotta quit saying So what I'm really picking up on is that your energy, it's like you get in a nice little groove and then you're out, and then you get it back and then you're out. And it's like just back and forth like that. There's like no middle ground so you can even gain a step forward. But this is being weighed down, and all this is coming to an end. There's something with bright pink, not like super, not like fluorescent pink, but a brighter pink. Maybe something around Easter, something to do with Easter. A lot of clarity is coming your way though, and the guys are like, there's situations, just tell her the clarity is coming. Okay, that one falls sideways. Whatever the line of work you are, it's like, because I know you were thinking about going back and forth. It's like whatever it is or whatever you decide, you are going to be like known as an expert for it, because the knowledge that you have is not anything that the people you work with expect you to. And it seems like they're like have no clue. And it's like they're book smart but not street smart. Does that make sense? And they're saying run with that. You'll know where to put all the energy. But that clarity, when that comes in and you can see everything, that's going to be like your aha moment of, okay, it's over with. Okay. Okay, guys. First name on what kind to read, and I will do a random scroll. And I have no idea why things need to come directly in my face all the time. I'm just letting a couple come up, guys. I'm just so glad that sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second, but I'm so glad that, you know, I get to see or speak with everybody, and it seems like forever since everybody's been together. There it is. So Meg, and then Christy for love. Okay, for general. And Val wants a past. All right, Meg for a general. Mandy wants a past too. You're welcome. No problem. I'm blessed that you all let me read you. Okay, Meg. Is there something that you feel like you've been, oh, thanks, Ray, that you've been judged on, and it's like you've moved on for it, but for somehow, it's like sneaking back up on you, and it doesn't matter how many times you've moved forward from this, you've healed from it, it's like somebody or something always has to bring it back up. In your hobby, okay. Hobby. Body, okay, I see. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, in your body, okay. It's like you don't think you're good enough the way you are. You feel like you're lacking something, and you're not. Self-confidence, you might say that. And with this, you don't realize how actual attractive you are. You just have to hire yourself and lift yourself and know yourself worth. You are going through a transformation. I see that. Yeah, definitely. You're possibly going to seek doctor's help. I don't know what kind of doctor, but I'm definitely seeing you saying, okay, I've had enough. I'm not trying to do this anymore on my own. And you should be like extremely proud of yourself for recognizing and getting that far. Stomach issues, yeah. But you are just beautiful the way you are. You're such a gentle soul, but you're also a little on the frail side, so we got to toughen you up. She needs our rubble deck veil. That's what she needs. You bite your tongue too much. So definitely there's a lot of changings and a lot of good coming your way. Just take it one step at a time. Make sure when something's explained that you understand. Ask for paperwork so you can reflect back on it later. I know. That's what she needs, though. She really does. And in no time, you're going to be celebrating, and you're going to have just abundance of positivity coming your way. I mean, all my mods right here are amazingly positive. Love them to death. Yes. And then, you keep working on healing. You do have some childhood, like when you were quite a bit younger, issues. And right now that you know they're there, but you kind of suppress them because you don't want to deal with them. Do deal with them. Little by little, and continue just going, you know, little bit, and it comes. And then you also have a lot of masculine energy coming in. So, you know, it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to do your transformation, and then this is going to hit you, and you're going to have more than enough, and you're like, oh, okay, back off. Some of you are just creepy, you know. So, yeah, and you need to just, you know, grab the bull by the horns and take it back. Take the control back. Heal from it. Move on. And keep going forward. And know to trust your instincts, because you got this. You got this. You are strong. But you're super soft. So do you have siblings? And the reason I ask is my youngest, Nathan, he's super soft. And so he gets mad and he bottles everything up. You're welcome, love. And I always tell him, if somebody tongue ticked you off and you need to tell them, put your brother or your sister's face on that person and just let it go. You'll feel much better afterwards. Yeah. So it actually has helped him quite a bit. Way up here. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for letting me read you, love. All right, so we got Christy for a love read. Of course, love. What's your question? No, wait. Is this the same? Wait, hang on. That's not. Oh, yes, it is. I'm looking. I don't see it come up, though. Oh, yeah. The every achievement affects the relationship, so it will keep getting stronger. And it won't only be a love relationship that gets stronger. It will be your friends and family too that you're close to. It will continue to get stronger, like all the way around, and you're gonna be like, you know, that okay, it's about time. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but that was an E. You're welcome, love. No problem. I've actually... All right, so did we see Miss Christie? I've actually had people wait for me for a read because I was out sick or something. And they were like, nope, I'm waiting for her. Yeah, that's what happens all the time. And all I did was straighten my knee out. I see you, I see you. So that's the one that they're thinking that I may have to have surgery on. They're gonna wait and see because I'm not willing to have any right now. I see her, I see her. Thank you. Okay, Christy, honey, have you been like kind of talking back and forth between between a couple guys? I'm seeing two, and it's like now you're kind of confused. I'm picking up that one could be an ex. Hello, welcome. Okay. Did you guys like... Okay, that's where it's from. The ex is the baby daddy and the new guy, and the ex is trying to keep you like mentally blocked. He wants to keep playing head games with you. But you're gonna have to it's like you're going to have to block him at certain parts of your day. You're just gonna have to put him on ignore, and then keep going. It's like if he doesn't have or if he has a child, you know, it's kind of like over and over again. There's always a reason to harass you, but he sees it, oh, well, I just need clarity. Yeah, and he's not willing to let go, so you're just gonna have to put him in his place. Now the new guy that you're talking to, he's coming in as really sweet. Yeah, 2.5 years. But this new guy, he's coming in as really sweet. You're asking yourself, every once in a while, it's not like all the time, but you're like, okay, is he too good to be true? And then it's like, he'll do something, and he's like, okay, he's legit, and then the feeling will come back again. The guides are saying that he's true. Don't be... Antonio? Yes, okay. He's like definitely... definitely, it's like one day at a time with him. You both have some trust issues going on. So make sure to address, to talk to each other, communicate, build that line of communication really strong. Because I'm picking up that there's going to be interference from exes no matter what you guys do. Does he have children as well? Hello, welcome everyone. And yep, and kind of keep it there. You may be finding yourself like super comfortable with him because he is so. I can't say he's big, but he's like a teddy bear. It's like if you're just, he has one, yeah. That's why the interference is gonna keep coming in, is because it's the other parent being the drama. And so he's like a teddy bear. I mean, the pictures are showing me is like you could walk up to him and just put your head on his chest and he would just be, are you okay? Type, what do you need me to do? That's how he's coming across with the guides. Absolutely. If you both want it to, it definitely will be going places. As long as you guys don't rush. One day at a time. Don't be in rush to meet each other's kids. It's like a very slow. Yeah, he's definitely sweetie, and I can definitely see why every once in a while like, is he too good to be true? He's very true. He's been mistreated a lot, walked on a lot. So he may be coming and pushing back at you because it's going to get to a stage where it gets to that point and then he's used to people leaving him. So both of you are going to have to reassure each other. You definitely both mend this together, your lives, you go on. And this is such a cute card. You guys definitely mend together. And definitely the guys are saying, as long as you don't let the exes on either side get the best of you guys or in your head, you guys are going to be fine. But they're a little going to be on the jealous side of what they give up. It doesn't matter if they're in a relationship or not. They're going to be jealous of what you got and what they missed out on. I thought I seen one go upside down. And this is coming in as a good change, a good direction to go into. So, look at that cute card. So, just take it day by day. You guys, you got to keep me updated on this because I definitely want to know how, in time, how far it goes. You're going to be happy. You're going to be okay with this, and as long as you guys move slow and don't let the exes interfere, then you'll be good. All right, love, I hope that helps you. Aw, yes, and that's so sweet, and he will always continue, and that's the part that you may not be used to as well. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. All right, so, oh, we have Val. Are you excited, Val? Okay, so in the first one, we're going back quite a ways. You were a high priest. You had, you know, people that would give anything as far as kissing your feet just to bless them, just to say a prayer for them. After that, you were in several different wars. The one war, you were a nurse. You definitely was a female. I say that because there was men that were like, they're showing me that the men would often dress as a nurse to hide for whatever reason. You also was in the war right here. It was in the U.S. I can't. I want to say there was 10 or 12 states. Oh, probably, most likely. And you were a father. Yes, thank you. I'm sitting here, I'm looking, I'm like, why are they not giving me the name for this? You were a father, you had twins. You're not telling me what time frame. Your wife struggled a lot. She was like super crazy struggling. To the point you really thought you were going to lose her. And it's funny, guys, how so much of this will still carry off into all these years of who you are. You were a witch. Have you ever seen, what is the name of that show? Their sisters and their grandma dies, and it's a whole line of witchcraft. Yeah, you're her wife. I mean, she lived though. Um, one of the characters' name is like Phoebe, and I know the show is so, okay, you know who I'm talking about. Okay, good. Because that's exactly who the kind of witch you were, was a Phoebe. And then your most current life before this one, you were it's, I can't tell, it's either a dark skinned Hispanic or you were Indian. Yes, the power of three. Or you were Indian. And you were a love healer. But most of your past lives, you were a male. And the guides are like, and this is why she takes nobody's BS. Yeah. And so, and then after you passed from this one, and you became a guide for quite a while, a spirit guides. And so my spirit guides and your spirit guides have no clue why. Yes, ma'am, that's why you're so ballsy. They have no clue why you're so afraid to pick up them tarot cards. It's going to come very natural to you. It's nothing that you haven't ever even have to work for. You just have to have that belief in yourself. All right, Letta. And then Miss Mandy went in too. It does take a minute to channel everything. And Mom and I was doing this at the kitchen table when I was 4, 5, 6 years old. And we used a regular deck of cards. And then later on, we take that deck of cards apart to play euchre. You're welcome, love. And it's crazy how much sense it does make, because you're really like, well, now this is why that's familiar, and this is why this is familiar, because it's all, you've been through certain things in your past. Okay, Miss Mandy. And yes, this is one of the 16 decks I bought, guys. You know what? Actually, about 17. Nobody. We'll go back to random scrolls. Well, Mandy, you are an old soul. Like, when you had the chance to cleanse and like be a rebirth soul, you didn't want that. You did not want that at all. Okay, we're going back. Yeah, you're going way back, like, like when Jesus was a baby before he was put on the cross. Biblical times. You were like a secretary of since. It's like you're chiseling everything into a stone. And then you were this. It's like they're taking me from there to there, and they're saying that the middle will make sense in a second. So you go from all that to a more current time. There was a lot of depth. It was a farm, and it was before a lot of the common medications were known. It could be. And like, your farm wasn't like a standard farm at all. It wasn't like a zoo because they really didn't exist in this time frame. It's like you believed in every animal, from unicorns being the most wise animal. Pegasus, I don't know, the flying horse, whatever, Pegasus, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Like, you were open to having any and all animals with you. You made, definitely, and you made a fortune off this, but you didn't even benefit from it. Thank you, Pegasus. You didn't benefit. I mean, you kept enough to keep everything going and taken care of. This was a very, very tough time because it was like everything was still done by hands and horses, and but you helped anybody that came through. There was a lot of, like, it was like a lot of BS that you took during this time, but for a very good reason. Then they're going to take me back. I don't know the time, but it's like bridges started being built with cement. It's still horse and buggy town. Lots of horse and buggies all over town. She's a very, very old soul. She refused. She just completely refused to be cleansed. She didn't want to lose the knowledge. And this one, I think you were one of the first, like, mixed ones out there. Because you're in this lifetime, you are a German Native American. And nobody could tell you apart from which one you truly was. Yeah. Yeah, it's huge for you. Is that still how you are today? In this lifetime, you grew up to be the medicine woman. Everybody came to you. Normally it was a medicine man. You were not. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in this life you were straight, half German, half Indian. Okay, Val. And back then it was all about medicine men, but everybody came to you as a medicine woman. And then they're taking me up to current times, like current times right before the lifetime you're in now. You were a spouse to a very abusive man. It's like he would, it wouldn't be like a physical abusive, right? Didn't work so much. It wasn't like he was physically, he knew what he had and he didn't want to share you. So it was more like a mental abusive, like he just wanted to keep you, because even in this, people turn to you as a healer. You fought through it, and then you turned it into some kind of an artist. They're not telling me exactly what kind. They're showing me paintings, and then they're showing me writing of music. Not that you're playing it, like you're writing it all out. Uh, no, you don't play it. You don't. You definitely don't. With the spouse, when you're back with the spouse, definitely it could have been dancer. And then when it's like when you got out of that, however you got out of that, it was all about some form of art. Whether it was painting or they're showing like music notes, like you're writing. You could have been a songwriter. It's kind of, it's hard to, they're kind of showing me like black and white films. There's no sound, no nothing. So, yeah, and that's where it cut off. You had tons of cards falling out, and it's really how much my guides are willing to tell me and take me back to what it was in that. And a lot of people are like curious because, as you noticed, you got none of the same as Val, who I did directly in front of you. And I could do another read and never pull these same cards out for somebody else exactly like this. It is so crazy. But you, when I say you're an old soul, you are an old soul. You're welcome. All right, guys. So that was everybody that was on the list. I'm definitely going to put this read on Etsy. I think a lot of people will be interested in it. So first name and what kind of read you'd like. No legal, no health. Pregnancy is a yes and no by pendulum. And if you want a guaranteed read, it's a $5 donation. Yes, please. Okay. Somebody's going to have to help me come up with a price point, because that one I'm going to be completely lost on. 18 years old and plus. If you need a private read, get a hold of me. I have been working on my Etsy shop, but it has not been easy. So I'm going to let a couple more seconds go. I don't know, I seen somebody come in, oh, she must be reading the mods, but, you know, I just kind of ignored it and kept going. Y'all deserve to be read if they only knew the work. There, Beth, for a general, and then where'd it go? Nina, and you want a past life? And then I was directly pulled to somebody else, if I can find them. Miss Claire for a love read. Alright, so grab a 3 and go from there. And then after I do these 3 guys, I will do more random scrolls. Okay. Now, is this, Sugar, is this our Mary from the Discord group? I don't even know if Sugar's still here with me. You're welcome, love. So, Miss Beth. Yes, okay. Okay, hang on. I'm grabbing you, Mary. Okay, I sent you a follow request, love. Alright, Miss Beth. Ooh. Miss Beth, you kind of got it going on here. It's like you're second guessing yourself a lot. And I'm being really pulled towards the wisdom deck for you. Okay, love, you are spreading yourself way, way too thin. You nurture everybody else. Everybody else's needs is always ahead of your own. You've got to change this around. I'm not going into health. I'm just telling you that you need to change this around for your health. Whether it be mental health or physical health, there's something, and you need to change that around. You got to put yourself first once in a while. As much as you love children, whether you have your own or not, you love them, and you will give everything to them, and then you'll suffer and go without. And with going without, I mean, like, you're not taking the break, you're not taking the time that you deserve to rest or anything. There's a lot of work that you have to put into you for a I guess the best way she gets everything, yeah. I guess it's the way they're showing me is like a rose bush. Like you are a a rose bush that's developing, and it needs that fertilization to keep growing, and it needs to be trimmed back so that it can grow healthy. Why a rose bush? I don't know. Maybe it's a favorite flower or something of yours, but they're like, just tell her this. She's got this. Maybe you love to garden. And then talk to the angel deck, they're saying. Yes, you love roses. Okay. Remember that you can't fight fire with fire. John. Well, this deck will tell me for sure. Yeah, you've got a lot of like fire battles going on. Hello, welcome everybody. You are. Sometimes you feel like you're too much work, like you're asking too much from someone, when in all actuality, you're not asking enough. You do have balance coming in, but you definitely have to work on yourself because you are an internal battle with yourself. Lots of good, lots of you getting out of the house. It's like sometimes you're so busy you don't feel like getting out. A lot of times you sit back and you're like, okay, I know I gotta do this, but let me be distracted for a minute from something else. And where you're actually sitting and resting for once, and then boom, you're up and going again. You're like ADHD on steroids. I'm sorry for that's what they're like telling me, is that you are just go, 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 go. Yeah, and you need to get out and about. Even though it's like you're on the go, 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 you don't allow yourself to sit and rest very much. They're saying that you will, and you'll be like, and then up again. Do you suffer from a little bit of OCD by chance? Or maybe it's, well, I guess it's like the one where like you have to check, yes. Do you have to check stuff a couple of times to make your brain happy? Like, did I lock the house? And you check the door a couple of times before you actually leave, stuff like that. I'm not saying it is directly that. So with that, if you bring yourself to the things that you check the most, say it out loud. Okay, I checked the back door, it's locked, it's closed, the bedroom window's closed, the coffee pot's off. And then that way when you leave, or did I fold the blanket? Did I, is the dryer running? Whatever you say it out loud, and then you're acknowledging yourself that it has been done, and you won't feel the need to constantly, and it will help break that cycle. You guys are saying it's more something to do with the way you were raised. All right, love, does that help? You're very welcome, love. Very, very welcome. Glad to help. So, definitely this summer, get out and enjoy the weather. Okay, so Miss Nina for past life. Oh, I'm still saying it wrong. Niha or Niha. Niha, Nia, Nia. Is that right, Nia? Nina. Absolutely, Miss Sugar, absolutely. So if anybody does need a private read, I do those. I promise I am doing everything in my power to work on Etsy. You are a new soul, a rebirth soul. Your soul has been wiped clean. Yeah, you've only got a few lives on this soul so far. So they're not telling me what time. It's not horribly back. You didn't when your soul was wiped and then that life was over. You didn't always come back down right away. You stayed up there and enjoyed being up there and helping others. So in one period, you were a Roman Catholic. You were a man in this lifetime. You definitely knew the knowledge. You were the knowledge person that everybody went to. You weren't like the lead of the church or anything. but you very strict Roman Catholic. Geez, I'm sorry, guys. And the Roman part was like the most important part of being Catholic. Um, it's almost, what they're showing me is it's almost like you were a Catholic, a Roman witch that was in the Catholic Church. So it's like nobody really knew the true you. That was like kept a secret, but you were so knowledgeable for back then. The knowledge you had, and especially for, you know, the amount of time you were on Earth. And then you went on to, this one's kind of more current, I'd say within the last couple 100 years. You have a deep love for like Europe. In this life, you weren't a worker, but it's like you overseen how all the pyramids and tombs were built. These two lifetimes aren't that far apart, but there's a gap of you coming back down and willing to be back down as a as a human again. This spot of your life did not last long. You were wrongly accused and executed for something you didn't do. This one's hard because it wasn't a meant to be. Okay, in this life, it's like there's this life, one more, and then the one you're in now. Okay, so in this life, you were well loved. You were a very popular male, and then you got sick, and you had to move, and you had to be away from everybody. Very unintentional, but something happened with you getting sick, and the only way to save your life in this life is to make you a female. So you had to disappear, and you kind of became like a hermit. It's weird because you had it all. You had all the fame. You had, as far as fame went, way back here. This age is like before the black and white photos and all that. And so for you to be able to finish out the rest of your life, you definitely you grew your hair longer, so if anybody came onto your property or stumbled across you, they wouldn't realize that you were a big person that disappeared. And then the life right before this one is a fun one. You thoroughly enjoyed it. You were a Native American woman. You absolutely loved everything about it. it's like in this lifetime you couldn't get enough knowledge about your heritage. You enjoyed taking care of the animal furs. You loved being around babies. You couldn't get enough of them. You actually took care of quite a few of the babies as things would happen, and pretty much the white man was burning down villages and stuff like that. So, oh, yeah. But yeah, you did have fame back there. It was like you were that well known in that lifetime. The Native American one, the guides are saying that you lived to be well over 100 in that life. And you were, as time go, you were still always the baby whisperer. Hey, Shag, honey. Um, so absolutely very interesting. And how much of that do you know of so far, because you're still quite young, do you feel like has carried over through the years to this life? Again, oh my gosh. So yeah, this kind of reading puts a different kind of spin on what everybody's used to. But yeah, that's probably the favorite thing my mom ever taught me. Oh, you go rest, honey. You go rest. Don't worry. You know, we want to make sure you stay healthy. Yeah, and you'll kind of learn that as you go. Now, in this lifetime, you have so much available. It's not going to take too much for you to find your heritage and your ancestors. Yeah, and if you want to, it's there. It's not something that you have to do. Just how far back it goes. So, but it's definitely interesting how it all kind of comes together. And as you get older, you'll probably be like, oh yeah, yeah, there's more of this, and this makes sense. All right, love. And then I have Miss Claire for a love, and it's 12:22. And then we'll go back to random scrolls. There you are, love. Okay, so what's going on? Oh, welcome. Listen away, honey. We're not gonna kick you out. You're very, very welcome, sweetheart. Now, Miss Claire, welcome back, Val. I just did another past life. I'm trying to figure out what you got going on. It's like kind of all over. It's like I see you as single. I see you not as single. I'm wondering if you're like in a relationship and it's like kind of, I just can't pick up. You can feel my energy. Yeah, you definitely have. I'm just trying to, I mean, you have a lot going on, period. So this love is like everywhere. Very much for a particular one. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, sir, when you gonna let me see them babies? Yes, and you need to inbox me. I'm going to have you follow somebody that is making a gift for Tim. So with this, I'm finding, Miss Claire, that you find very creative way. He's going to cry, Jim. He's going to cry. He finds a very, I'm sorry, you find a very creative way to let people know that you're going to it's like you're going to slowly insert yourself into their life. That the vibe, the way you carry yourself and do, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the table, carry yourself and do yourself and all that good stuff is like crazy. You've been through a lot, especially when it comes to love, and you've really faced a lot of fears and fought off a ton of dragons, and like literally dragons. Um, you know, all the monsters and demons in the closet. And you're so unique. The energy, the vibe, the everything. It's just like you're a chameleon. You're blend in with everything, but you're so unique when you actually let people in. That they're like, holy crap, you know, because you still have your walls high. And this is so with love. Good grief. It's like you used to fear dating. It's like you always was, in a sense, worried about there being competition and you not winning, or something along that line, especially as you were younger. Now, as you decided that you like somebody, and you're very intrigued into this person, it doesn't mean that you're going to, like, how do I explain this? It doesn't mean that you're going to, you're going to let them know you're there, but subtly, but not always so subtle. It's like on a day-to-day things, you find a little different. Now this, I mean, just keep being you. This person has noticed you. Just go out and have fun. Don't try to put any kind of pressure on anything. Don't lean. Just let it be known that even if nothing ever comes out of the relationship, that you are quite comfortable being you, and just being a friend. Now, this relationship doesn't end there. There is going to be complications, like any relationship, but yeah, but honestly, how often do you even put yourself out there like that? I mean, really, it's like, you're coming through. Your energy is very, like, conservative, and probably what you think as slutty, other people wouldn't even notice it as being that way. Exactly. And you know, and like you said, slutty, but I mean, to a lot of people in this day and age, unless you're showing half your cleavage and stuff, that's normal. It has to do also within the way you were raised. But there's a lot of clarity coming in, and this is going to really start off more so and continue to grow as a best friend and slowly go from there. The person that you're liking has a lot of baggage, and she can let go of a lot of it if she's willing to heal. She's there, but she's kind of confused on how to do it. That's where you'll be coming in and being like a rock for her, but also for yourself, because her issues you're very familiar with. It's definitely like an instant connection. It's not a twin flame, because God knows you don't want a twin flame, because you want it to last, so you don't want it to be like a or so much alike where you irritate the shit out of each other. In her own time. It's definitely going to be a very slow process with everything. So, it's going to come off as like I said, it all starts as friends. And it's going to come off, she's going to read it, she's going to reply in her own time. So if she replies in a week from now, she replied, okay? the card. Confidence is success. And it's so true that just stay confident, stay you, don't sway from being you. You don't have to try to look extra cute you do that stuff for you, and then it just kind of flows. And if you're just friends, then you've got a true friend. If it never goes a step further. But it's definitely going to be a one day at a time with her. So just one day, and then no pressure, because she'll freak and run, because she doesn't need the pressure right now. All right, honey, does that make sense? To begin with, for sure, it starts. That's the only way you're going to get to gain her trust, is to just be there. Down the road, it could definitely turn into, but it's got to be it's going to be down the road. Right now, she needs that friend, and for you to step forward. And sometimes the best relationships, a lot of times the best relationships is starting as friends, you know. But you show her that you're going to stick by her, not leave her. Even as just that friend, she'll open up more, and you'll understand a lot more. She's got a lot. All right, love. I hope that helps. Keep your head up. Keep moving forward. Is my mouse gonna work? You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you for letting me read you. Okay, guys. So, it is first name on what kind to read. I will do a random scroll. No legal, no health. Oh, Miss Mary, of course. Jim, you want to pass? Have you heard anything on the California release date? We're just going to put it that way. Okay, Miss Mary for general. Sugar, you don't have to donate. You're welcome. No, I was thinking it was still a long time off, and I was just hoping I was still right. All right, Miss Mary. All right. I mean, I'm hoping, but you know, it's been 5 years since Grandma's been gone, so. Okay, Miss Mary, your energy is kind of sad. I don't blame you, baby. I don't blame you. So, Miss Mary, lately, yes. It's like, honestly, I'm getting a great big huge hug that you need. You need that hug, and you need to know that it's going to be okay. There's several different reasons that you have the blues right now, honey. It's like you're manifesting. Oh, you're very welcome. Because it is going to be okay. Everything just takes time. You're manifesting, and every so often you find yourself actually daydreaming about this manifestation. But you're not only manifesting about one thing, it's a couple of different things. Definitely picking up that you may have lost a loved one recently. I don't know if recently is a month or 2 years ago. And it doesn't have to be a human. It could have been a pet. I'm not sure. I'm kind of getting, well, any animal that you ever had, you treated just like a family member. So, but it's definitely time to let go, and boy, is it time to let go. I'll have to put that one up in the group. Stuff, Grandma. Did you guys can together? I don't know. I just see like beets, or maybe they're potatoes. I don't know. But they're showing it being canned, or it could be a jelly. It was something that in the kitchen that you guys always did together. I just can't figure out. Sounds like Mary. Warm to every. Oh yes. And a little bit of your blues right now is. Oh, you used to take your lunch and dinner, okay? That could be it. They were just showing. But a lot of right now is you have to let yourself off the hook. You've got to forgive yourself for there's something that it's just nagging at you. And I can't put my finger on what even it may be. They're definitely saying, it's like you just need to working long hours. Yeah. You definitely gotta like let yourself off the hook. Do something to make yourself feel refreshed. If it is retail therapy, is a walk outside. Definitely seeing like they're showing me like water in a boat, so I don't know if maybe you like to fish or just to get on the river. I'm not sure, but they keep saying that, or it could just be you like to watch the ships at the river or lake or whatever. It's something that kind of really just makes you forget all and you just enjoy yourself extremely. And no matter how much of a little gift you are given, you are so thankful. If somebody picked you a flower from the side of the road on the way home, you would have so much gratitude that they even thought about you. I'm picking up, no, you can't swim. Yeah, no, I wasn't saying about going in the water. It was, so true. Yeah, it was like around the water or on top of the water. But if you were in a boat, you'd have to wear a life jacket. So. Yeah. So the card says it all. Release, surrender. I mean, you just kind of like get it all gone, be done. You have to release yourself from being so closed off. You've kind of closed yourself off to your loved ones just because you feel like you're letting them down by not being there, but you're providing for them. So kind of let you all down and talk more. Make the conversations you have mean more. As much as you love just spending time with people, you've got to go just that little bit deeper so you have that memory to carry you through in case the work week gets long. There is a big breakthrough coming at work though. Yeah, and whatever with work other than you feeling being away from the family, whatever it is with that, it's going to release you from always feeling guilty. It's like, I'm kind of getting the feeling like if something goes that wrong at work, that it's like, it's always, maybe not said, but you kind of always feel that it could be your fault and you're willing to kind of take the blame to a point for it. It's like you want to protect your coworkers is what they're definitely showing me. Your family, I wouldn't want to mess with you in a dark alley if I pissed you off over your family. Times and true. Always one there. Which, you know, it makes sense because, let's face it, if you look at the ones, how much common sense are they lacking? And you want to kind of give them that extra chance, the extra, well, you know, we'll figure this out together this time, next time you're on your own, is kind of how I see you doing a lot of things, because you always want to give the young ones the benefit of the doubt to come through. Do you like have a love for like a turquoise green, a light green, bluish green? I'm a little colorblind, so you know sometimes I can't tell the difference between purple and blue. So like blue jay. I don't know why. It's like they keep just bringing me to purple and black. What's your birthstone? Is your birthstone green? A form of a green? Your daughter loves green. Okay. Because like, as I have been trying to do your read, I have stones and crystals and everything, guys. I'm kind of weird. Right, James? But it kept bringing me, it's like a bluish green, but I don't know. It continuously brings me over to that blue. Okay. Are you a December baby? September or December, the guides are like, yes, it does. September. So, like, it's all going to settle down for you, and take that time off when you can. Don't hold it off. You know, enjoy, you know, every minute with the loved ones. But definitely make sure you pamper yourself some way, whether you go to the spa for get your nails done, whatever it is to pamper yourself. You definitely need that. And I definitely see you doing this with, I don't know if it's your child, your best friend, whatnot, but you really need that. You just need to pamper yourself once in a while. I know your husband, he tries to, maybe not tries hard anymore as much as he did back then, but when he like puts it all forward, it's all forward. He goes all out. All right, love. I hope that helps you. You kind of do got a lot going on, and yeah, he puts 100, 100. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. You're welcome. I still see when he goes, like, for your anniversary, does he go over the top? Oh, thank you guys for the follow. I appreciate it. All the time, okay. Okay, Mr. James. I will start your read in 1 second. I got to get... Sorry guys, whoever is with me wanting to read, bear with me just in a extra few seconds. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. Okay, James. Oh, I do that. This is a small portion. It is not done. It is getting close to being done. All right, James. It's got a little ways to go yet. You, I will send you him. You, how about the guy that I met on TikTok? He lives in Ohio. Love him to death. So, yeah, James is my cousin, y'all. And this is a flag for my cousin, which is James's second cousin. Anyways, so my Damien, was stationed at Fort Hood Top. They were on different sides. He didn't meet Todd to his knowledge. If he did, it was in passing. Yeah, this one's hard. We both get off. We'll be on live together or whatnot, and we both go off and cry and talk to each other and go back to it. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, because you're my second cousin. That's right. Todd is my second cousin. Yeah. All right, let me see what I can get for you, my love. Oh, thanks, sugar. We'll talk about the family curse at a later time, and it is what it is. And my grandmother, my mom's mom, brought it to my attention, or I would have never even picked up on it. Okay, so, oh, this. You are definitely an older soul. Lots of moons, and when I say you're an older soul, you often like to be like in the shadows in quite a few of your past lives. Yeah. And it's like you wanted to be a part of every era. So it's like, okay, I'm going to be here, but then I'm going to come back. Um, and it's like you long stretches sometimes in between. Um, but they're not going to let me give this to you in order. They don't want it in order. It's the order that the cards come out is exactly how they want it read. Um, and I don't know why, because we're jumping. So in a lot of these lives, you were like, so in the one, the Native American heritage, um, but you're not Native American in this. It's you were raised with them. It was like, yeah. With this, it was like the Native Americans raised you. You were raised that way in this lifetime, but you were not Native American. Your culture, your whole life was. It's like they found you as a baby. Um, it's like there was a lot of fighting and your mother got killed and you were found. Um, you learned many things. Fascinated about arrows, the heads of arrows, the beating of the stone. I'm not sure. It looks like you're making a weapon. Um, a very amazing hunter. You were a big provider. And then in this, your next life, um, you didn't come to Earth. It came as a life, but you didn't actually live and breathe on the earth, but you were here. Um, you were like you were a angel. Um, the angel, what? It's a Michael name. Um, you were along the lines up there with him. I can't think of the first part. He is in my tarot decks, though, or my oracle decks. But that's how you were, but you never stepped foot on the earth. You were always in the shadows, which a lot of times you rather be. That's why you stayed as guides and everything for so long. Thank you. Thank you, Sugar. Exactly. He was right up there with that. Um, yeah. And then um, you went from there to, like, it's the only way that I can explain it where you're going to be like, of course, is like you were the defender of the galaxy. Like, you watched over and you did, and you knew stuff way before the times frames that you're supposed to at this point. And in this life, it's because you sat back and watched in the previous lives before that. Um, but in this life, you were a female. Um, it's, I don't know, I want to say 1700s, I could be wrong, but they said that you were a witch and they burned you at the stake. I know there was no cars. It's, and it wasn't even, they really didn't even show, they're not showing me guns. They're showing me like farmland. And it's, for a long time in this life, you don't understand why you were put on the earth to watch over something that you couldn't be up and in. Yes, yes, exactly. Um, so with this life, when you died, yeah, not all of you would pass over. Part of you stayed here. Um, it was like there was a personal vendetta against someone, and you were hell bound not to let him get over with, because they started it all. And they made sure that you were killed. And really what pissed you off more than anything, the guys, they made sure your children were there. Um, and then from that life, you moved into uh, a Hispanic young lady. Um, she, in her very short life, she just wanted to bring like peace and joy and a lot of love to everybody that was around. Um, Tragically, in this life, you were killed in an automobile accident. Your family was very fortunate. They didn't hurt for anything until they lost you. And after that, um, like your parents, you were the only child. Like your parents see no reason to continue on. If you weren't here, they didn't want to be there either. Um, the guys are saying like young age, you hadn't hit double digits yet. And then going back um, in time a little bit, um, you were a knight. You were a knight at the round table. Um, you fought. You loved competing in this life. You loved everything that came with this. You didn't see no reason to marry. You didn't want to impregnate anybody and have anybody to carry on. This was all about defending yourself and what you truly believed in. You had seen so much death and whatnot. In this life, you lived to be quite old. People would come to you as the wise men. Um, the children would come to you for fairy tale stories and times you were fighting dragons. Oh, thanks, Val. And then to life before this life, um, you were a male. You worked on the railroad. Um, Long, hard, grueling days. It murdered your back. Um, but you enjoyed it. You enjoyed it. You would constantly tell your family you'd rather do the railroad than be in a mine. Um, in this life, you were claustrophobic, but you were happy. You were joy. Um, every minute of every day you made count. Your wife often would have to yell at you to let the kids sleep because you didn't want to. Oh, it very well could. Very well could. Um, but it's like when somebody was having that issue on the railroad and they were trying to fix it, you were brought in because everybody else couldn't do it, so you did. You were the one that could solve all the puzzles put in front of you. In this life, you live to be over 100 years old. Um, so when on Earth, you tend to have a long life, the two lives, in two, well, technically three lives, because the angel life that you never hit actually Earth. So yeah, a little bit of past life, and now you're in this life and you're stuck with me. All right, and then Miss Sugar for a past, and then we're back to random scrolls. Thanks, Belle. Yeah, you absolutely have been. Absolutely. Oh, I'm sure. Um, I mean, you had to have some horns to fight the way, you know. Sugar. As I'm shuffling the cards, the guides are like, they haven't told me the life, and yeah, but they're still doing the cards out. But you were a twin of yourself, like you were a Siamese twin. You're one of the first, and they definitely wanted, as I'm trying to still shuffle, they're telling me keep shuffling, but this is like one of your earlier lives. You were like a Siamese twin. You were in the record books. You may even be able to look this up somewhere, somehow, because of a Siamese twin. They haven't given me the birth yet, if you were a male or female. But you're known this life is known because you're one of the few twins that ever lived back in this day for more than 2 weeks. So, yeah, they're saying that Val will probably even do the research for you. Sorry, Val, but they were doing like this snicker thing. Yeah, 2 sugars that stayed connected. Yeah. I just don't know. They're like, the sex doesn't even matter. It was the fact that she lived longer than 2 weeks in this lifetime. Okay. And they're not going to give me a time frame. It had to have some knowledge behind it, because when they took you C-section, the mother survived. So it had to be kind of along the way when they finally figured all that goodness out. You're a newer soul. And with that being said, it's because you two like to help. You wanted to help. You wanted to like be in the shadows to help people. A lot of yours is, the guardian angel type. Read your mind there. Let's see what all. Okay, so you go all the way back to biblical times. So your life, you're not an old soul, because you are, but you're not, because you weren't down here very much. So your soul didn't experience as many lives. That's how it's still so fresh. But in the biblical times, you had like the hard go of it. You were like an ADHD, the hyperactive, let's do everything backwards. But when given a task, you would complete it, and you were like, if they had OCD back then, you would have done that. You were a male in this life. You took great pride in everything that you did. You didn't make it to live to be 30. There was an accident, and something was dropped on you. And then the pain was excruciating for you. And so finally in this lifetime, you just asked to be taken home. But the lesson of this lifetime is how much knowledge you've left on earth in such a short time for you to be able to continue to move forward and go. They're saying out of all your lives that you ever lived on earth, this one would still be your favorite, even though you didn't live as long as you should have. And along the ways, I don't even, I want to say, it reminds me of France from books I've seen. Obviously, I've never been there. Um, but it, like, it's like there's the bridges, there's cement, there's the stone. Um, they had the pulley systems now. But it's like you were in this life as a female, you were like every time like the sun broke through the clouds, like God was coming down, you would dig that area to see what was, there from prior lives. So in a sense, you were like one of the first archaeologists, but you only dug where the lights came through the clouds on certain days. In that lifetime, you were more about knowing the earth than ever wanting a family. That really didn't cross your mind at all here. Your parents were really strict Christians. Um, you had knowledge way beyond the point. Um, it's almost like in this life, like you were almost like a psychic, and you didn't, but you didn't tell many people because they didn't want anybody to think that you were something other than what you were. You're processing. They're not telling me when that life passed, um, but your next life that you were traumatized by that life, so you became a monk in your next life after. Um, you just wanted to please the Lord and um, like teach everybody. And in this life here, it's probably the longest life to date that you lived. Besides, we don't know about the life you're in, of course, now, but you lived. You absolutely, you were a badass. Nobody messed with your peoples. Um, but it was all about just serving and helping, um, which I kind of see you doing that now in this lifetime. So now this one's kind of sporadic because food and hunger in this life, that was the main thing, is you could not stand anybody to see them and to know that they were hungry or in need. So in this life, you, even though you didn't have a lot of means, you made a lot of bread, and bread fed people and stuck with people, and they weren't hungry. You're very much a giver, a lover. In this life, you open an orphanage. Um, Kids, being kids, were just crazy on how much pain and whatnot, and how much these kids no longer had parents, and so you were helping on making that right. They're saying it doesn't even matter how long you lived in this lifetime. You left your mark. And then the lifetime right before this, you love to dive. Oh, don't cry now. But you love the water. You love to dive. You love to research. So in your free time, you enjoy to go dive in search of Atlantis. You would go through caves. Often when you took vacations, you left the country. And the reason why you did was because you were a judge. And you needed to break away from that. You were one of the strictest judges. Nobody messed with you. Of course, you're a guy in this life because they're just showing me that it was all about you. And you wouldn't sentence anybody. They're like, no, in this life, he did not sentence anybody to death or anything until he knew 100%. Until he was given enough, he would put people on death row with no expiration date attached to it. And that gave him time to do some more research on his own and to review every piece of evidence. If you're a drunk driver, you're done. You're going to jail for a very long time, especially if you killed someone. And in this life, it was like you died in the place you loved the most. And that was underwater. You just the absolutely most at peace in the water. And then now you're in the life you're in now. Now, sugar, honey, how much of that carried over? You fear and love water. That's probably why. You know, a lot of things is brought. A lot of it, yeah. And then it's funny because as we go through spiritual awakenings and stuff, you can tap into ancestors and all right. So we are clear on the list. And first name and what kind of read you want, if we have anybody. You're very, very, very welcome. Now, I am going to put this is the only one I'm going to edit before I put, because I just download and upload to YouTube, especially since the mediumships. But I am going to cut out the little first part that was for this, you know, my whoops yesterday. Oh, I just do it as it comes. If James is still in here and didn't make it off to bed yet, he only part of the family ever knew that we were gifted. I knew, but it wasn't anything that I dug into. Oh, thanks, sugar. Okay, I see Felicia. Will your ex come back? And then I seen Alicia. If I'm saying them wrong, guys, I'm sorry. Felicia's, I'm pretty sure I got right because I have a cousin, Felicia. Mitch the one. What time we got? Okay. So I will probably make these two my last of the night. But yes, very much. And still, even I'm the out of my three sisters. You know, I have two sisters out of the three girls. I'm the only one that is gifted at all. They probably have it if they wanted to, but Felicia, I am definitely picking up that there is way more to if your ex is coming back. I see you, love. This is all right. Inherited the feelings and mine. Oops, sorry. Felicia, honey, how old are you? Normally I don't ask. Because 39. Because this thing isn't going to answer me. I completely should have tilted that down. I will pull some cards and see if I can find, because it's literally just sitting here spinning in circles, and it does not move. So, to the tarot deck. Oh no. Angel answers. Let's see what we can get from this one. These cards are so big. Okay, so very, very it's unlikely, and you need to take action to make yourself successful, and the success will come in the future, and it's not too far off. You're gonna have to sit and ask yourself the hard questions. Why did we break up? What was, what was you not seeing that you should have? And then just leave it. And I mean, 5 years from now, you come back. Nothing is set in stone ever, but this is the opportunity for you to definitely just work on yourself. Be you, find you, live for you, enjoy. Um, Hard, painful, yes. But if you take the time to heal, you'll be fine. Um, Bad days, good days, you always got somebody to lean on if you'll let them in. Even your family right now, I feel that you've kind of pushed to the side. Yeah, and it's a lot of talk. So, this deck here. She wants to, they want to make sure that you're going to be there. So if something messed up with the situation she has put herself in, are you going to be available for her to run back to and pick up the pieces? Um, it's kind of like stringing you along. I'm kind of seeing, is there a little bit of an age difference? But either way, it's still immature. Yeah, there is going to be a spark because you still love her. You didn't want her to go. You may end up still learning some hard lessons to come. And it will be up to you because if she comes back next week, you're going to take her. And then she'll be gone again. And then if you allow her, you are her place that no matter what, right now she thinks she can always run to. I'm getting a lot of immaturity in this relationship. I'm not sure on, they're telling me it depends on the situation, that it would go back and forth. Only because you like fed into it. So you're going to go through the transformation where you go from being the sheep to being the hard ass, to being the strength, to being what you want to be, and not being a doormat anymore. You have had quite a rough life, and I know this is the ex coming back, but you will become happy, you will find the equal balance, and you will move on. Right now it's all up to you on to how many times you let them come back. How many times are you going to let them keep, communicating, and when they're engaged to somebody else, it's all up to you. All right, love, I know not exactly what you want to hear, but that's kind of how it goes. All right, I hope that helps you, and definitely please work on yourself. You deserve way, way much better than, just up and gone. All right. And then we have Alicia. Thank you guys for all the likes. I appreciate it. I see you, love. What kind of read did you want? I didn't write it down. I started to and didn't finish. Val, can you hear my candles? Is Mitch the one? No, Val. I'm going to show you this. There is nothing in this. I'll pick them up. Okay, the baby's not home. There's nothing in there, and it's still burning. Okay. Is Mitch the one? And the other one over here is hissing at me. I think this one's telling me to get off. Alright, is Mitch the one? We're gonna try this guy. And this guy. I'm getting a no. And it completely, there's a little spinning there. I'm sorry, love. I know you really, really wanted him to be the one. You guys have a good connection, but I feel that you guys are still quite young. Alright, guys. I am pooped. You're welcome, love. Val, I know you got a couple of things going on. If I message you about Etsy, would you be able to help or no? I don't know if you know anything about it. If not, I'll see if anybody does. Thank you, sugar. Sweet dreams to you as well. But yes, I'm jumping off. I even went as far as watching videos on YouTube. Yeah, no, she's definitely going. All right, sugar. Ash, I'll message you then. Are we on Instagram together? I want to say we are. I can't remember, but I can always inbox you on the group too. Yeah, she is going to a show that I have never been to. So maybe she can take some pictures for me. But anyways, so if I can't figure it out, sugar, I will definitely message you. If we're not on Instagram together or whatnot, I will just private message you in the group and go from there. So I thank everybody for hanging out with me and all the support, and I will for sure be back on Monday. I'm not exactly 100% sure on what time. It might just be sporadically. But everyone, have a great night. Have a safe weekend. If I don't have anything going on, I may pop on over the weekend. No guarantees. Oh, big hugs to you, darling.